Okay, welcome to the Caradoc Housing Corporation meeting of October 30th. Roll call, everyone is in attendance except Jeff Lund. Can I get someone to approve the agenda? Seconded by Frank, all in favor? Any declaration of pecuniary interest? Okay, approval of the minutes. Can I get someone to approve the minutes be approved as written? And these are the minutes from the 20th of September, October the 5th, October the 12th, and October the 13th. So the last three were special meeting minutes. Approval, Heather? Seconded by Colin. Any comments? Anybody have anything they want to pull out of those? No. Okay, all in favor? Passed. Financial matters, accounts. We have the check detail. Can I get a motion to the items be received for information? First by Colin, second by Frank. Any comments, questions, or anything that anybody wants addressed? Okay, all in favor? Approved. Financial reports. We have the financial report with the balance sheet from September 23rd, the trial balance from September 23rd, and the budget versus actual January to September, and the profit and loss statement from September 23rd. Can I get a motion to receive the reports for information? Tim? Seconded by Colin. Anybody want to pull anything out from those reports or speak to them? All right. So all in favor of passing these reports? Number 6, Mount Bridges Affordable Housing Project. General review reports. We have the review reports from Southside. That's a mouthful today. Review report number 31, 32, and 33. Can I get a motion to receive the general review reports for information? Heather, Frank? Anybody have any comments or concerns? Frank?
Just a question to Bill. Yep. I guess after last month, the extra money that the town put in and stuff like that, everybody's happy now, and we're square with everybody?
Through the chair to Councillor Kens. So yeah, everyone's paid up. There is a bill due tomorrow. So we did get funds last Friday that will more than cover that. So that will be paid tomorrow. Everyone's happy. Anyone who still has their limbs.
Sorry, what was that, Bill?
Everyone still has their limbs.
Yeah.
I attended the building for the first time probably in 2 months, and I'm going to suggest that I believe you're going to, but somebody from the board should ensure from now to completion that one of us is there. Just take the pressure off Director Dakin. I'll endeavor to go from now on until the end, but it looks great. Looks great.
Yeah, and when I spoke with them, he said we're still, looks like everything's still on target for completion date. There's been nothing major.
So those meetings are
Thursday, 9 o'clock inside the building.
Every other Thursday?
Every other Thursday, yeah.
It's not this Thursday, it'll be the following.
Yeah, I have it in my calendar. Just
yes.
on the fence thing, sitting on the fence, we asked for the change report, but I don't think we've got the cost back yet, right? I didn't see that come through, so we've done our part. We just wait and see the cost.
All right, all in favor of receiving the general review reports for information?
Well, just actually one more question. Like a lot of the end stuff seems to be landscaping and stuff like that. Is it feasible to have that all? Well, I guess the people that are building it would know better than we would, but I suppose once you get into a certain,
I asked that question.
whether you can get it done or not.
Yeah, I did ask that question, and their goal is to have the majority of it done.
Yeah.
There would be little to do in the spring.
I wondered about the landscape plan in general and doing a little bit of review on it before they got started. Just like from an ongoing maintenance side of things, you know, what their plan was. And I don't know that that's an option, but like, I don't know how much they're spending on landscaping, but like that backside of the hill where you looked at the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that should be done with river rock or something, and that way we don't have to cut it. I mean, if it's not, I don't know how much of a landscaping budget they have, but less is more, and less maintenance is better, so.
Sure.
I can circulate that landscape plan and budget.
Perfect. And then I guess if we have any discussions, we could bring it up with them.
Perfect.
That's a good idea, 'cause
Okay.
it's slow.
We're still on, so we just need to, accept the general review reports for information. All in favor? Construction update, I feel like we just had that, I think we're good.
Yep.
Affordable and market rental rates and eligibility. We need to discuss that. So, I just want to see. So we need to, obviously today we're gonna talk about, the property management company, and obviously we're getting lots of inquiries as we get closer to open. Even people who are on the list wanna know if it's even in their budget. So I think the sooner we kind of come up with these rent rates, the better for the public and for our budget too. So, in the package, we have the pro forma rent roll. So this was, Bill, this was provided as part of our original application, or is this the updated?
Yeah, yes, through the chair to yourself. So this was presented, but we did update two of the rents. So the two affordables for the bachelor and the one bedroom, we updated those to be 70% of the market rent from October of last year. So there was a slight increase, not much beyond what was provided to First National when we did the loan application. So we used the values that were circulated from CMHC.
So I have them at bachelor affordable is $595. Is that correct? One bed is $770.
I have 552 for the bachelor and 627 on that sheet that was circulated.
Yeah, but.
But then you provided what you thought they should go up to.
No, this was based on the CMHC median rate for.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have to use the overall average CMHC, or do we have to, like, when I'm looking at the CMHC thing that's attached,
Yep.
we have median rent. Like, for instance, on a bachelor, there is no bachelor for Strathroy-Caradoc.
Right, so we used the London number.
Right, but then do we have to use the one bedroom and two bedroom rates
Yes,
for Strathroy specifically?
yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. I think I was looking at London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just interject, and sorry, through you, and Bill will help clarify, because we had this discussion before. There was some feeling in the community that our mortgage had rent geared to income clause, that there may have been something in there. I'm just gonna ask if Director Dakin, if you could clarify that publicly, because I think that's important. There is something in the First National, so I just want to get it out there that there isn't an RGI component to this. So if you could just explain the way the mortgage worked, I think it'd be helpful.
Through the chair to the mayor. So the way I think the application, or not the application, but the document from the mortgage company read was 70% of median, or sorry, not to exceed 30% of median renter income, which was sort of backwards wording of you shouldn't be 70% of median market rent. So even if we were to use the 30%, the actual wording out of the mortgage, document, it would basically say, median income was 71,000. So if you use 30% of that, you're about 21,000. So if you take 21,000 divided by 12, you're about $1,700. So we're well below that number, even if it was that way. But in going back to the mortgage company, they said it's a 70%, just like in the CMHC. So CMHC asked for 70% of the median market rent
On 40% of the units.
on 40%.
I thought it was 30.
Sorry?
It was 40, I thought it was 30.
40% of the total.
40% of the rent units have to be affordable.
Right.
And the market rent, you have to have 70% of the median market rent.
I just wanted to clarify that, because if you read the clause, it does have use the word income, but that's not right.
So, sorry, Bill, could you give me the updated rents
So
then?
the-
So the affordable bachelor would be,
So I'm showing on the sheet that I have $525 for the bachelor and $627 for the one bedroom.
and I also want to bring up that I think we need to put a couple of 2 bedrooms in there, because if we're gonna serve women and children fleeing violence, we need to have a couple of 2 bedrooms affordable for women and children, or else I don't know how we meet that mandate. How do you feel about that?
Well, that will make trying to break even much more difficult.
I'm worried about us breaking even with these rents. Like, and I understand we have to follow CMHCs, but I am concerned.
I would also disagree with the 525 because the CMHC average is 850, so I think it's 595.
That's what I had, 595. And what would the 1 bedroom be?
626.50.
650?
626.50.
So for the 1 bedroom, that's the same as what's on that First National sheet.
Because the 1 bedroom if we have to use Strathroy's numbers, the 1 bedrooms are at $895 for median rent. Now, I don't know that there's, I would get clarity on that, because that $895 is classified as a D for reliability, which says use with caution. So I would expect that if we did some pushback, we could get to use the average in the whole area at 1,100, which would put us up to that 770. I don't know that they'll make us use, I've never seen them use geographically specific areas. Like if you're doing an affordable housing project in London, it doesn't matter whether you're doing it in Byron or whether you're doing it in East London, they use the average of London. They don't use geographically specific areas. So I would expect that we, without very much pushback, could get that up to 770.
The affordable, the 1 bedroom,
Just because that 895, as you can see on the CMHC thing, it has a D beside it. And if you go down there, it says fair, but in brackets it says use with caution. So what they're saying is that their data is okay, but it's not there. So I don't know who we have to ask for that, but that would be my suggestion.
I can do that. I can ask.
I would set the rents at 70% of the 1,100, and worst case scenario is we'd have to tell people after we've agreed to rent to them that we're gonna charge them 626,
Yeah.
which
It's gonna
nobody's,
go down then up.
it's not gonna go up.
Right.
So, I mean, if we set them at that and we get told we're not allowed, which I think we will be allowed, but if we get told we're not, it's better to surprise them the other way.
so, sorry, Chair, just for my parallel, these rates, well, I guess it is what it is, but We haven't calculated in the total cost on the market rate, or the one bedroom or the two bedroom, so it's yet to calculate in the cost of property manager, correct? These are just.
This
right?
is just the rent rate.
The rent rate, but what I'm saying is, you know.
Then we have to pop those numbers into the budget.
Right, and and then figure out, so.
Yeah.
I mean, the affordable ones were bound, what that number is, right? But where we
The market.
really, what's gonna make or break it is the market rate, right?
See, and I find the 2-bedroom at $275 quite low, in my opinion,
At what price?
at
2,075.
$75, when you're including heat and hydro.
I don't know. I personally, the last time I rented 2 bedrooms in Strathroy, the last one I rented out was at $1,900, and it filled. It didn't fill with a waiting list. Like, you know what I mean? The last 2 were at that rate, and they both filled, but it wasn't like I had a stampede of people. And not knocking this building, but you know, my units were 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with laundry and a garage.
Were they new?
The buildings are 5 years old on Albert Street.
No, I'm just curious. I just find that seems low, and I'm worried that with the affordable rates that we have to use, how we're gonna break even. I really have a concern about how we're gonna break even on this. I mean, I would love to give them all at affordable rates if we could, but
Absolutely.
we can't. But we have to, the bottom line is we have to break even.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement.
Can I just go back to the question about how we're gonna serve women and children if we don't have a 2-bedroom?
I'm gonna suggest that I'm in agreement, we have to, but there's nothing in the mortgage or either CMHC or First National that says it has to be a specific type, and I agree we have to serve that segment, but our main thing is we have to make money at this, because I'm also thinking there's a clause in the First National mortgage that the municipality is a guarantor till, is it 650,000 in revenue? And is that yearly or accumulated?
I think once they hit it, I can double check that. but
Right, so I've got that in my mind too.
If we look at this though, just for a minute,
Yeah.
by making 2 bedrooms affordable, it probably isn't hurting our pro forma as badly as we think. Because if we're gonna be at $700, for argument's sake, somewhere between $626 and $770. So for argument's sake, if we said it was 700,
You're talking about the 1-bedroom, right?
1 bedrooms,
Yeah.
right? So, and if our 2 bedrooms are at $959, right? If we can get $1,700 for a 1-bedroom market unit, that means to make the money the same, we'd be at $1,959 for a 2-bedroom unit, right? Because we're losing $1,000.
Right.
So in all honesty, you know, making some 2 bedrooms, we've got them in the first night at $1,075. We're only talking about $100 a month difference. It's not, we're not losing that much. And on top of that, probably will be easier to rent a 1-bedroom at $1,700 than 2 bedrooms at $2,100. You know,
It is it's very explicit in the CHG document, women and children. please.
Oh, no, I'm
And we have to report back to them, so I'm just looking at the reporting back. How do you report back if you serve that group and you don't have a bedroom for a kid?
there's a lot less units available at $1,600 and $1,700 across the board than there are at, like, there's a lot of options for people that are gonna pay $2,000, $2,100, $2,200. There's a lot of options. There's a lot less options for rents at $1,600, $1,700. I think we'll fill those units faster.
The 1-bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had thought about doing the 6 bachelor at affordable, 7 1-bed at affordable, and 2 2-bed at affordable. That makes our 16, that makes our 15 units, affordable units. And then that would leave 13 one-bedrooms and 9 two-bedrooms at market. Do those numbers work, Tim?
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna,
well, as long as you can jiggle it.
I looked, my spreadsheet, it looked like there were, like the
Okay.
gross rent would be fine.
No, I understand what you're doing. There's nothing that says all of the one bedroom
No.
or all the bachelors have to be.
But we would put all the bachelors in market, I mean, affordable. And then do 7 one-bed.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna, I think you're talking about a couple $1,000s maybe at the end of the day on the pro forma. And we don't completely know, because we don't know exactly where market's going to be, you know. I don't think it's gonna be that different though. You know, I don't think.
So you were talking about the affordable one-bedroom being 770, is that what you?
That's what I think we can get them to, is
So
770.
that, you're adding $150 per unit there,
Yeah.
and then if you took two bedrooms at the affordable, that would be 70% of 2,075, so that'd be around 1,450, right?
No, they gotta be 70% of CMHC average.
Okay.
Which is 1333, so they end up being
Just around
959.
1,000, yeah.
959?
So that takes 2,000 a month, that's 24,000 a year you're taking out of the two bedrooms then.
But you're gaining in the one bedroom.
Yep.
So it's not really costing you 24,000.
Yep. You know,
It's
that's,
costing you something, but it's not costing you.
So what,
And the other thing maybe could we throw out there, like, we can set the rental rates now for the units. We know we have to keep 14 units, or 15 units affordable. Can we not change that? We don't have to say we have 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms, bachelors. Like, if we're getting a call for market 1s or market 2s, you know, could we not switch it up?
What's market 1s and market 2s?
Like market rates, our market rates. Like, say the 1-bedroom units are flying off the shelf at $1,700 a month.
Right.
Could we not rent more 2 bedrooms at affordable rates?
oh, I see what you mean.
Is there anybody, nobody's saying that we have to set what units are what today. We know the bachelors we want to, but the 1s and 2s, there could be some flexibility on that, as long as it doesn't affect the bottom line.
I know what you're saying. Go by demand, right? So let demand set the rate.
Yeah, I guess though, we just have to decide, what the rents would be though.
Yeah, we need to decide that because the
then-
inquiries are coming and people are getting frustrated.
People are
Well, why
getting
can't you tell me
frustrated.
how much it's gonna rent for?
Yeah. And then, but I hear what you're saying. I don't know, Bill, what's your sense, what's the wait list look like? Are people indicate on the wait list if they want a 1-bedroom or a bachelor,
They're all over the board.
or, okay.
They're just really on the wait list, they're interested in the apartment. The idea would be then, once we sort of set the rents, we'd send out a letter saying, here's what the rents are gonna be. And then obviously that would dictate.
And the
Who's
criteria.
still interested. Sorry.
Yeah, we still have to get to that part.
Yeah.
We wouldn't just go out to the people on the list with what the rents will be though. We will go out. I would
Well, it will
think-
be public, but I think we need to give
We'll
direction.
go down the list
Go
first.
down the list.
Well,
That's what people were promised.
Okay, no, I know, I understand that, but I'm looking at your women and children situation, and back when this list was created, they might not have been needed, but now they are.
I think
So I
for-
have a problem with this list that's existed for I don't know how long.
I think that what we had thought was with the women and children, we would work through the Women's Rural Resource Center and let them know there's 2 units available and get a referral from them.
Okay.
Because I think it would be hard to verify any other way that we're serving that group. But I think that the rest of the units, the town has communicated is that there's a wait list, and when it's ready, we'll call you. We'll tell you the rents, we'll tell you the criteria, and if you still want to apply, then you apply. It doesn't mean you're automatically in, you still have to go through an application process.
Mhm.
But we would give them the opportunity. Is that correct, Bill? Is that what's been communicated?
Exactly.
So mind if I circle back to the rent?
Yeah.
We can move numbers around to get there. However we get there with the numbers, you can move numbers around, but My main concern is the revenue, the total proposed annual rent, and is that going to cover everything? To me, that's the most important. We can move, you know, dollars here and dollars there and move the rest around. But the total proposed annual rent, to me, that's the key number. And is that say $600,000 going to cover everything that we need to cover, including?
Heat, hydro,
Yeah, like that's my
snow plowing. Like, we have a bunch of things that we have to pay on top of this. Taxes.
Well, I think the property taxes, that's gonna be the, sort of the,
The lever?
that's what I think, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be the
that's
lever.
what it's gonna wind up being, so.
but that's
Well,
what I.
if today we could, if we could agree on some proposed numbers, and then we could pop those into the budget and see where we're at.
But I think what was suggested, like the affordable one-bedroom going up to 770,
Yeah.
and taking that down to 7, and then taking the two-bedroom, making two bedrooms affordable at, what is that, around 950 or something?
959,
That all works out, and then you're adding two one-bedrooms to the 1625 rent, then it all works out to about the same. So
It's a little bit
it's pretty
less,
close-
but
it's
it.
pretty close to the
Yeah, that's
same,
what I thought too.
so.
So what we have, just wanna summarize, Tim, cause I know you're writing some numbers down there. Bachelor affordable, 595, one bed affordable, 770, two bed affordable, 959, one bed market, 1625?
That's what we've got written down.
And do you think that that's a fair?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I know that, for example, we have a new building downtown that just went on the market for a two-bedroom, and I think it was close to 1,900.
Well, I find it interesting in London that all of a sudden, if you're driving through London, there's large signs on top of apartment buildings saying for rent.
I know.
And so to me, it's not a question of availability, it's a question of affordability anymore. So it's, yeah.
And
So
then
the-
the two-bedroom market, 2075?
Can I ask, just, I can agree, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be obtuse.
Sorry, can we just finish this number and
Yeah,
then
no, I'll
we'll
sit back.
comment on it?
Hit me.
Tim, was that the number we had for the two?
That's what's in there, yeah.
That's what's in there, okay, sorry, go ahead.
I can agree that we, you know, the affordable rates are set, we've got a matrix we more or less have to follow, right? Where with a few dollars, we've got some leeway. I really don't know how I can
I see what you mean.
set the market rates, until we have the complete budget. So we have to go through today, we're gonna talk about the property manager, so that's a big nut we have to cover. So I can agree, we can make decisions on the affordable. But, and I know people out there, the public are itching to hear what their rents are. But I don't wanna have to go back to council in 4 or 5 months because we try to get it done and say, you know what? We're in the hole. I'd rather wait and see the entire budget. Again, I know people are antsy, I get it, and I respect that. I apologize, I should turn this on. But I need to have respect for council and make sure that our numbers are working properly. So, again, we can set the affordable, we can give that, but to me, the whole idea of market rates are key, and I just,
So,
Chair, that's my
I
opinion.
support yours. I agree with you 100% on this.
the affordable rates are what they are.
Yeah, they are, that I'm
We
in
can't
agreement.
change those.
And we can change the unit configuration, but we're not saying we're set to one thing or another. The affordable rates are what they are. I think personally, until we hire a property manager that's going to be renting it, you know, I think that's who we lean on to get to our market rates.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna know better than me or the next person or you or anyone, so I think that's where we're at.
And I agree, Chair, if we can find a way by moving numbers around to find something to meet our criteria, I'm in favor of that.
Well, I definitely think you need at least 1 2-bedroom unit.
Yeah, I'm in favor of that. Then we have to move dollars around and in order to, again, it's a subsidy thing. If we wanna meet that criteria, and it may be $100 or a couple $100 that the market rate has to go up, I can look people in the eye and say that, but I can't look the public and council in the eye in 3 months and find out we're underwater. But to me, that's the most important thing today.
Yeah, Tim?
Maybe you know this, Colin. So the RGI units that are available in the county,
Yeah.
that's all done through Middlesex Housing?
Yeah, all through, well, the ones that are part of, right? Not every RGI, there are other RGI units, but.
So then who's approving other RGI units? Like, is that the City of London for Strathroy-Caradoc?
Yeah, City of London's, well, for the whole county, right? City of London's the service manager when it comes to housing.
Have we asked the City of London whether they could do RGI units in this building?
No, I haven't. It's a good question. I know where you're going, but it's,
I have a project in Ridgetown right now, and it's going to be funded through a similar mortgage. And what CMHC is concerned about is what the tenant is paying.
right.
Not necessarily what the rent is, but what the tenant is paying. So in that case, the municipality of Chatham-Kent is doing RGI units in my building. So my rents are above, that I'm receiving are above 70% of the rent. But the tenants are paying RGI rates. So would it be a possibility that we have a conversation with the service manager to see if they have any availability for budget room for RGI units in Mount Bridges? Because maybe that could increase our budget, which would solve our problem.
Yeah, I can ask, but our RGI is subsidized, right? So that money, right? So they set whatever the market rate is, but I can ask.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if we could get some RGI units, say the service manager, London, said we'll give you 5 RGI units, right? So then at that point, we could charge the City of London, the service manager, $2,200 for a 2-bedroom, and the unit would be an RGI unit. The tenant would only be paying, and then it would qualify. We would be getting the $2,200, but it would qualify as one of the 15 units that we have to have at affordable rates.
I see where you're coming from. It's a good idea. I get it.
I don't know what
I can make a call today or tomorrow. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because it's based on the market rate.
Right, they're paying the market rate to us.
So the service manager tops it up.
Right. And that wouldn't affect our budget, it would increase our budget, and it wouldn't cost, like, the end user would get a better deal.
Right.
We would get a better deal, and the service manager would get more RGI units, which I'm sure they have a list out the wazoo for.
And would that still meet the CMHC?
Yeah.
Just for the audience, if there's an audience watching this, RGI, we're using acronyms, rate geared to income.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I think that'd be a great thing to explore, because that would certainly help the budget, so you might as well do that. So what I'm hearing is for rents, we pretty much know where we stand on the affordable.
Yes.
We're going to leave it open for a bit of flexibility on the market, but I think we kind of have a good idea, even for the public, where the market is sort of sitting. based on our
I
discussion.
wouldn't quote it until we
No, I'm
have
not
a
gonna
number.
quote it, yeah,
Yeah.
but if people are interested, well, they can listen to this discussion where what we talked about what the market is. The other piece of this was eligibility.
Just interject,
Yeah, go
Chair,
ahead.
just to help. It's an idea, right? At least there's
Yeah.
now some kind of an idea what we're looking at. It's going to vary. It might be, $100 either way,
Yeah.
but at least there's an idea out there in the public.
Yeah, but I just want it really stressed that these are not set in stone.
No, not set in stone. Nope.
Eligibility, so we talked about the fact that CMHC eligibility is, in the mortgage and First Nat, is seniors, veterans, and women and children fleeing violence. So the affordable units have to meet those criteria, correct, Bill?
Yes.
And then I think based on our previous discussion, I just wanted to confirm that we were on the same page. We were going to extend that eligibility to the whole building or not? And then we were gonna add an income eligibility.
I think that's, I like the idea. No,
I
I've
think we've
been,
had partial discussions about this, so
No,
I'm just
I-
trying to zone us in and get some clarity. So if we talk about the eligibility, I mean, it's clear for the affordable ones, we're bound by that. Do we want to extend the same criteria or leave the rest of the building open? Jim?
For the criteria though, it's priority is to that. It doesn't mean they have to be.
right.
Bill, I don't, why?
Well, CMHC's not gonna make us sit on empty units waiting for them to fill. Like, we can't be expected as a board to sit on units waiting for.
Okay, so that would be the priority. So if we couldn't fill them, you're saying we could probably go back and say.
Right.
So when you're going through your application list, if you have your priority groups, they automatically go to the top of the pile. You know, that being said, if you had a priority group that didn't meet your rental standards, you know, had never paid rent on time, had trashed their last unit they were in,
Yeah.
we're not gonna give them a brand new building. Like, they have to qualify to live in the building. But priority on the list, they go to the top.
Okay, gotcha.
And just my thing,
Clarification.
I'm in total favor of extending the priority to the entire building, because we're going to need some way to differentiate when we go through the list, because there'll be the expectations, so I think, because there are going to be people in those three categories who can't afford market rate, right? And then, seniors and then veterans, they may be able to afford it, so I'm strongly in favor of the entire building, the priority being, you meet these three, you go to the top of the list, and then we'll see where you fit, correct?
Yeah, I don't see an issue with that at all.
No, I'm in favor of that.
All right. And then,
You need a motion for that?
If it's a direction that yeah, absolutely you do.
okay. So can I get a motion then that the priority groups as specified in the mortgage and CMHC documents be extended to the entire building? First by Tim, second by Colin, all in favor?
Just a quick comment, I
Yeah.
apologize, I had a lot of coffee this morning. On Thursday night, I had my open house in Mount Bridges. There was some discussion about the building. And when people naturally had a lot of questions, but when I explained to them what the criteria was for, some of the feelings toward the project changed. So the quicker we could get that out there in whatever manner to tell people that this is what the building's for, because when I mentioned it, that there was 20 people there, they said, oh, that's good, I didn't know that, right? So the sooner we can get that out to people, that this is what the building is, the rents being what they are, but I think that'll go a long way to changing the public's perception.
All right, anything else before we move on? Yep.
Are you wanting to direct like Bill to use those numbers that you guys have been discussing with the budget to determine the outcome? If so, we need a motion in order to do that.
Okay. Is that what we want to do? Give those numbers to Bill and have him come back with a budget?
Well, I think that's the only way we're gonna know
Yeah,
what
we
he's
need-
saying.
Okay.
And I guess we need to make sure that we're fine using the 1100 rate. I don't know who you asked on that, Bill, but I can't see them holding us hostage to that other rate.
Okay. All right, can I get a motion then to direct Director Dakin to use the discussed rates today, the rental rates today, and to come back with a proposed budget? Frank, seconded by Heather, all in favor? Okay, 6.4, Caradoc Housing Corporation website. So, I had some discussion with the CAO, and it is possible for them to add a page on the municipality's website. It will be a link to a separate page for Caradoc Housing where we can share information, photos, application process, just a communication page that we can share with the public. It was also recommended that we might want to look at a Facebook page too. And again, CAO has said that we can use the municipality's, social media department can help us with setting that all up. So just want to discuss that today, whether that's the direction we want to take, and so I can get back to her.
I think a website would be terrific, but I would stay away from social media. I think social media is gonna open you up to, just stuff you don't need. I think we need to have the information out there, but we don't need it on a platform that's,
Well, you can turn comments off.
Yeah.
But,
But just the facts,
Yeah.
just the facts.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a Facebook page would be good, but with just the facts
and no comments.
and no comments, okay? Because I know a lot of people have trouble accessing the website through their own non-computer talents, but everybody seems to know how to use a Facebook. And if there's Facebook where it's posted but no comments, I don't see a problem with that. And I think that would be looked at a lot more than the website, which I believe we need, but I think your Facebook page would get out to more people. Don't forget, no comments.
I think also Facebook is easier to share.
Yes, it is.
Like if I'm on Facebook and I wanna get the word out, I can share it on my page, so it helps spread the information a lot quicker than just a website page.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Are you okay
Facebook
with
page.
that?
Yep.
Frank?
I don't know, I mean, in the end, it's gonna be people's home, right? And I don't know if there's a lot to discuss, like, I don't see that there should be a lot of public discussion or about people's home. You know, like, I don't have a website or a Facebook page for my house, right? So I don't know, I'm kind of with Tim on this, I think, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't
Yeah.
thought about that, right? I mean, now that eventually it's just gonna
But
be
it's
for
a-
the tenants.
It's a
Can I make a
public
rec-
project,
Yeah.
and we wanna be as open as we can be, okay? That's what we've promised everybody. So I don't see the problem with the Facebook page. We're not posting pictures of the people in their apartments. This is just for information only.
Yeah, I don't know, I assume you don't have a Facebook page for your rental company, you know, at some of the bigger residential rental companies, that, you know, there might be a resident Facebook.
I can guarantee
something
you
like
that will happen.
But, you know, whether the building itself, I don't know, I mean.
No, but I think moving forward, after we get through the project stage, there'll be things like notices of the annual general meeting. It'll be pretty mundane stuff, right, as we get through this.
I don't think that there's a need for Facebook.
I was just gonna say, maybe a compromise, Heather, would be, we have the Facebook page, but then, on the town's social media page, they promote the link to the Facebook page, to the website. So we use social media to get people's attention and draw them to the website
Yes.
page, as opposed to having a separate Facebook page.
Because the other side of the Facebook page is who's gonna run it and monitor it. I mean, I guess that's just adding on.
Yeah, more work.
Right. And if you don't have comments off, the first time that somebody has bed bugs or whatever the case is, it's gonna be on the Facebook page, and you're gonna have people losing their mind when it's just things.
No,
that-
but I think let's be in reality too. In today's age, there's a Facebook page for everything, and those residents are gonna create their own Facebook page, like we have in most of our neighborhoods have Facebook pages. So you're still gonna get the bed bug out there, hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
I've never seen that.
Oh, well, you see, in Mount Bridges, every area has their own Facebook page, housing area, and if you go through London, similar, Byron and everything. So,
I sell stuff, not.
no.
It's neighborhood conversations.
No, I mean, you'd be shocked at
Yeah,
what
it would
there
be.
is out there.
Okay, so, I think that maybe, I'm gonna propose the compromise, which is, I have a recommendation here that the board approve a Caradoc Housing Corporation website to be linked to the municipality's website in order to share information with the public, and the website be designed and supported by the municipality, and that I'm gonna add a piece on here, and the municipality promote that website page via their social media page.
I support that.
Okay, I get someone to, Heather, you're first, second, Frank, all in favor? Passed. Any unfinished business?
I would just like for public clarification, and I've got the clarification, but I'd like it to be out there, that what we now owe the city in total. I believe that in March 17th or April 17th, council agreed to give, or loan the board 1.1 million. And then in this, our previous council meeting, the board approved an additional 2 million.
No. And Counselor, I apologize for the demotion, Bill. No, the loan for 1.1 million, that was in fact a loan.
Okay.
The 2 million was not to give and not a loan, but to pay the bills, the ongoing bills. So it's the terminology, right?
But the bottom line is, do we owe 3.1 million?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna make sure the terminology.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
But it's important and clarity, right? As we get the draws, that 2 million is going to go down,
Yeah.
right? So it's not an ongoing,
Yeah,
I just wanna get the clarity.
the 1.1 is a second mortgage,
Yes.
really, for all intents and
Yes.
purposes, over the same term as what the first mortgage will be, and the second loan is a bridge, short-term bridge.
Okay, that's what I wanted out in the
Yeah.
public eye.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anything else in unfinished business? Okay. Next, we're going to have a motion to move the board into a closed session at 11:21 for the purpose of discussing the following. One item in accordance with council's procedure bylaw to approve in-camera meetings, and one item pursuant to section 2392, section B of the Municipal Act 2001, as amended regarding personal matters about an identifiable individual, and one item pursuant to section 239, section 2D of the Municipal Act 2001, as amended regarding labor relations or employee negotiations. Someone to approve the motion? Colin, second. Heather, all in favor? Okay, we're back in open session, so I need a motion that the closed session adjourn at 11:41 and the open session resume. Heather, seconded by Tim, all in favor? Great. And I need a motion that the direction given in closed session be approved. Heather, Colin, all in favor? Excellent. Number 11, inquiries and comments by members. Anything else for Caradoc County? Colin?
Yeah. Just one, and compliments to Bill and everybody, because everybody, we're all about accountability and transparency and openness. When I look at the agenda, and compared to when I started on Caradoc Housing, it's come a long way. And I, like Councillor Kennis, I don't know who's watching this, but all the information is there, and the board has come a long way, and I'm personally appreciative of it.
Anything else? All right, can I get a motion that the meeting of October 30th, 2023 adjourn at 11:42? Tim, Heather, second, all in favor? All right, meeting closed.